course. All right, cool. All right, you can share your screen, set up the use context.
All right, cool. Yeah, just trying to hook up my ooh, getting
And
there.
the class, definitely feel free to jump in if y'all, see them get stuck or anything like that. Like, you know what I mean?
My VS Code. So yeah, I'm gonna be starting from scratch, from scrinkety scratch. Can y'all hear me? Can everybody hear me just fine?
Yep.
Yep.
Wonderful. All right, cool. Boom. All right, cool. So now we're gonna actually let's go start from the terminal. I'll delete those two. Yeah, we'll run my apps. Yeah. Make sure I can hear everybody still. All right, so I'm installing my React. Should have switched up everything. Everybody can still hear me just fine?
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
Oh,
Perfect. Yeah, that's perfect. All right, so we loading up. So actually, we went over use text and just want to get still. Okay, so we went over use context in the last class. We went over it, and so just I guess to give a basic explanation while I'm here, while everything is loading up. Think of I think of use context as a portal, and I just want to make sure that I'm stay. Okay, yeah. I think of use context as a portal. Like this is the analogy I used when I was in when we were in class last time. So you have to create the portal with create context. This becomes the portal, this user context. Then you set the entrance of the portal, which is the provider, and whatever you load up, the people that's going to be transported or the values that's going to be transported through the portal. And then whenever you want to use the portal or whenever you want to leave the portal, then you have to set up exits to the portal. So your use context calling on the user context portal like is your exit. So this becomes your exit. And then of course, this user literally becomes any inputted value into in the portal. So
a really good analogy. That is, I might steal that the next time I go to try to teach this to someone. So
yeah, but that was one of the only ways I could really understand it. And as we were going through the solution, or as we was going through the hook, it made more sense that way. And then as we started going through what you set up, and I'm glad you set it up how you did, because by taking this part and literally moving it to a whole different component, it showed me that this doesn't even have to be, you don't have to create the portal inside of the place where you set the entrance. You can create the portal totally outside of the component rendering spot. And then you could call on the entrance and the exit wherever you want to. Now, there's a few things I wanted to test, like maybe setting up multiple entrances. So having creating multiple portals, setting up multiple entrances, or seeing if I can set up an entrance twice or something like that, which may be overkill and unnecessary. But, I wanted to test these things to see how far I could push my use context. So that's pretty much the analogy that I had, while we're still loading up the React down.
All right.
That's the analogy that I have for use context. And I think that was a helpful way for me to understand it.
Yeah, that was a good one. So it might be fast if you stop sharing your screen, the load time. How we're gonna do this is, I just thought of something. So after you set it up on your end, like the use context, and like make a component and have it access the portal, like the set up the exit. I'm going to I'm gonna direct you in like making this more efficient, like, and easier to understand. So that's just
Awesome.
yeah, because it's essentially like setting up that exit or whatever. Like I'm gonna show you in a way where you only have to set it up one time. Like you literally just set it up once, and then like it's just gonna drop into your app. So yeah,
Sick.
it's a good design pattern. So, and it's efficient. So yeah.
Okay, cool. So
It's a
yeah,
little faster.
I'm gonna do all that a little bit. And when I say a little bit, I mean a little bit. It's still fetching the manifest.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, once everything finish up, then I'll let you know. Until then, I guess we can kind of push forward with things
Yeah,
if you desire so.
let me actually let me see. I'm going to let me share. Let me load something up on my end first. Did I save that in here? I'm just going through this Slack really quick to see if I sent y'all this link. Because if I did, I'll actually show y'all where I saw it at as well. Useful information.
I do know that Terrence shared a very cool video with us. Not too far away. I know Terrence shared a really cool video with us. What a guy did something that was slightly different with the setup as well. I think what he ended up doing is setting up a component that had the provider in it. Basically passed in the children into the component, and then set the children in the provider. So now whenever you can pass the value straight into the function as a prop, I believe, and then you can pass the children into it'll automatically pass down to the children.
Yeah,
due to the way that.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. That's a really good design pattern actually, because now, to be honest, like you literally have it set up so that you can, it just looks better, like all together. Just having like that. You can transfer it to different like files. It's reusable basically. Let me see. So is it like half reloaded, or because we can probably
Yeah, I was gonna say it actually just finished loading up.
okay, cool. All right, you can share it, and then we'll reconstruct, just set it up however you want to set it up, and then we'll make it more efficient after you set it up. We even do the children thing if you want to do it that way. I don't know if you recall how that works, but we can turn whatever yours to match that as well. So
Yeah, I'll probably need, admittedly, so I'll need a little bit of help.
yeah,
But I will try to push it out because I really want to make sure that I understand how to do it as much as possible. This was one of the banes of my existence. So if I get used context, it's gonna help me out quite a bit. Oh crap. I should have CD started. Now I gotta reopen. Close folder.
and this
Yeah.
use context thing is like really, really important too. So like I want all y'all to know how to set this up. Even if you don't know how to set it up exactly, just like you see how Jay opened up the W3 school. I literally do that like every time I set it up. So just knowing like, you know what I mean?
Oh my gosh.
Like where to go to reference it is good.
Documents, coding. Boom. Select folder. We're in. All right. I'll go fast. I can erase all those, but I'll keep those in there for the sake of time. App.js. Don't need none of that. Let's return some empties. Yeah, I gotta reopen the terminal because I reopened a.
Hold on, you already have something running, it looked like.
Yeah, but I opened up a new folder. It X the terminal, so I gotta reopen it because the terminal it burnt the terminal up too.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's just that, but it should be cool, man. Haha. I just throw that in just for the, I don't know. It's almost habit now to throw that inspector down there.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So now we're gonna new file. Oh no, new folder, not new file. Actually, gonna new folder. I think that's how to spell components. It's early in the morning. Forgive me. Text. Make it a JSX file because that's what I want it to be. And I don't think I need any, I don't need to import nothing. Yes, I do. Yeah. Yeah.
What I would
Next.
probably do just to keep it more organized. So I would put everything that's using like context inside of a context folder. I wouldn't even put that inside of the components folder. The components folder is normally for like things that you see physically on the screen. Yeah, so you can call it context. Yeah, yeah. And even that JSX file, if you make a JSX, you should probably make it capital. I'm not sure if I did it I'm not sure if I did it when I showed y'all, but it should definitely be like a capital.
Capital.
No, not the folder,
Capitals.
the file.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because well, I guess
I think you know what
that's
I didn't make it a JSX. It was just a .j. It was just a .js actually. But so yeah, you can leave it lowercase actually. You can leave it lowercase, but just remove the X part. And so you
okay.
yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to understand the naming convention. That's probably
Mhm.
that's another something that I gotta get used to. Like I'm getting used to
Mhm.
getting used to JavaScript. Now I gotta get used to We this. Ooh, once again, forgive me, my fingers are not working today. So, and I don't think I have to set this up as a function, but I'm gonna set it up as a function for now. Yeah. Thanks. Now, that's something that I wanted to ask, and I feel like I feel like I'm right. But anyway, is this where I set my default value? So if I wanted to create have a default value for my create context, this is where I would do it.
Right, that'll be a default value, but you can just leave it empty for now. So
I am.
something interesting about what you're doing, you setting it up as a function. This is actually how I was going to show you how to do it, the shortcut way, like the more efficient way. So since you're setting up as I'm just going to watch you do it from here, and then I'll jump in whenever whenever you need to update something or whatever.
I was gonna say you dang near could you jump in now. Class, please feel free, you know what I'm saying, to be on Google for me, you know what I'm saying, and throw me a bone or a lifeline, whichever you feel.
And
What's up?
actually, what's it called? Let me go to W3 school real quick because
Yeah. Yeah.
context. Yeah, I
Children.
always do this.
Set up children, and I want to set up my props.
Mhm.
Props and children for my props.
Yeah.
So I want to pass in. Oh no,
Okay.
I want to pass in value. Pass in my values, and I want to pass in my children. Now I'm gonna just, like I said, I'm finna
Wait. So, one thing with this. So you have this each component so context, right? Like this is a component at this point. So the first thing you want to do is you definitely want to make this a JSX file because we're about to export the actual component. And it's fine that it's still inside of the context folder, right? Exactly, and just put JSX at the end. Yep, perfect.
Okay, I just want to.
Yeah. Second thing is hold on, what happened to the delete?
Yeah, exactly.
What is going on?
Uh-oh.
Everything.
That's funky.
Yeah, that is very
Oh
weird.
well.
Yeah, I guess we can just set it up again.
Yeah, that was funky. Context.
Mhm.
Okay. Yo, it anyway. Okay, this is super strange.
Mhm. And I would probably name this wait, did it just do okay, I think we did. So yeah, I would name it provider actually. I wouldn't name it context. I would just name it provider. No, that file is fine. I'm sorry. I gotta be more specific. What you're about to the function that you're about to create,
Oh, okay.
like in the file, you can name it provider. There's a reason why we're going to keep this as context, and I'll show you. We'll get to that. Like you know what I mean.
Right on.
So yeah, go ahead. You can go ahead. You can do all of that.
Yeah, I'm finna go in now. You done gave me the light. It's time to shine.
So right now,
Let me
this what you just wrote, right? Each component only takes one parameter. The only thing it takes is props. That's it. You have two there. You got value and you got children. Like it's children. I don't even think it's gonna like say anything. Let me just double check on my end.
Okay.
What I'm thinking is supposed to say. Let me just put in the chat is but I'm gonna check. I'm gonna double check because I could be wrong.
No, it's all good.
This is that's what I think it's supposed to be like. I think children is passed as inside of the props. That's us destructuring the props parameter and pulling out children and pulling out any parameters that you any values that you give it. But let me check.
And so you think, and I'll put this at the beginning. So like something like that is how it's supposed to look.
Right, that's what I'm thinking. Let me check that.
Because I know children is one of them, what do you call it? Methods. Yeah,
it's the
children
way
is a method that's
yeah, it's the way I put it. So yeah, children is a property. So
thank you.
yeah,
It is property. So I don't need to pass it into the function. Extracting it from the function, but okay, yeah. It's okay, kind of makes sense. Kind of makes sense.
You want to hold on. So on line 4, everything that's inside of that parentheses, you want to put that on line 3. Yeah.
Everything inside. Oh,
That whole
oh, this is what you mean. Okay, this is what you meant.
delete line 4. Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah, this is what you meant. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah,
That makes way more sense.
It's a reserved property. You can't even give an element a children's property because it might give you an error actually, something like that.
Yeah. Okay, so now I set it up. I created the portal. Now I have to set the entrance. So, text dot provider.
And you want to return that also.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, boom.
Right.
Doing that. I did that. Look, I know. Give me a second. You're gonna get done. Okay. All right. And then I'm gonna pass in equals equals value, right? And now we can do all the fun stuff in this. It's a div. Matter of fact, button us.
It looked like you about to set up like an increment decrement thing. What I would do,
I was thinking that I was gonna do it like a console.log or something like that, and maybe change this plus to a log.
Yeah,
like
and that would work.
something
But
simple.
just to keep it to like convention or whatever, like it's better if this provider function only did one thing, and the one thing it should do is just put the children in there, and then the
Okay.
children could be that plus minus all of that stuff. You know what I mean?
Right. I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah. So we got
I know
children.
exactly what you mean.
So
That'd be it, honestly. Yeah, value children. This is my ported.
I would
Knowing that,
go ahead.
trying to think of where I have to. So this is my entrance. I have to set up my exit.
Yeah, and we can set it up in this file actually. We're gonna set it up right here, and we just gonna reference it from this file. Do right click and do a format document real quick just to like line all
Oh
that.
yeah, cool.
Yeah. All right, cool. So right under this, we're gonna create another component, and we're gonna call it context, capital C, and that's why I was like, yeah, keep the name as context. Okay, just set it up like a function. And remember, like these are all functions. Like something to some good practice is to like just like a regular function in JavaScript is like it's not too long. You want to make sure like these functions are not too long whenever we setting them up. All right, so with this, you want to write equals use context.
So it is gonna be use context
Wait, you
because I'm gonna be
he was doing it right the first time. Like const context equals use context.
yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
And this is my exit. and then I'm gonna be user context,
Right. Wait,
right? And
provider.
then
You want to put, wait, hold on, user context, um,
it, it'll just be user. I'm calling the user context portal, right? So this is what I'm calling it from. I
yeah,
feel like
but the thing
I'm
is,
missing something.
yeah, we can't reference, so this is what you have to do. This, so the problem is that we can't reference user context inside of this because it exists inside of provider. Now, the solution
Right.
to that, you can keep that how you got it. The solution to
Okay.
that is to move the user context outside of the provider. So you can put it on like line 2. So use context equals free context. You can put all of that on line 2.
Use context equals. Wait, one more time. So I'm putting line 4 on line 2.
Right, exactly.
Oh, that makes sense.
Because
I got it.
we can't see it inside of the other function.
Right. Scope is too limited. But
Right.
now the scope is bigger. So
Yeah.
now it makes sense. Okay. That makes sense. Okay.
So
It's global scope within here. So now I can see it.
right. So now
Or it, yeah, scope
um,
within. Yeah. So I mean,
from here you want to, inside of that context, right? You want to return that variable. You want to, so just do return and then just context.
yeah. And that's it. And I don't have to pass any values into this because I'm only extracting the value there. So that's the exit portal. So I don't got none. Yeah, there you go. And I can deconstruct it from wherever I call my exit.
All right,
So
I'm
yeah,
back. My internet went off again. Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, return
yeah.
context. So now, oh wait, and also do export in front of those consts. So
I
line
was
5,
just gonna say, yeah, I'm gonna
yeah,
have to export all this.
right,
I feel like I'm gonna
yeah.
just want to do something right quick.
No, it's not.
No, I don't like that.
Yeah, I remember we was talking about that last time. Yeah,
We
but
was. I feel.
so
Go ahead. I'm listening.
this setup is better because we have everything in one file. We got the provider, we're gonna throw the children's in there with the value, and we can just import this context every time we want to use it in a different component instead of setting it up in every single component. So um, well, you only want to import the provider in this one because we're only going to set up the provider here. Right.
So I can bring in a provider. The context is why I call the context.
Well, context is,
Well,
you only bring in context when you want to use it. Remember, that's like the exit. So we don't want to use it.
right,
We
right.
want to set it up here.
Okay, that makes sense. Do button console log. Set up a button.
And I would probably I will probably put that into a different component. Normally inside
This
of,
whole
right. Normally inside of app, the only thing you want to put is just like setup code. You never want to like
yeah.
start actually coding inside of there. This is me just giving y'all best practices and stuff like that, like as we go. Right. Yeah.
Mm, mm, yeah. I'm gonna just do this real quick. That's funny. Do it all in one line. So Uh, deconstructing. Whatever. Pass in the display. Get a little bit, some a little more a little more user inputty. Nah, this actually works. So why didn't it do it? Oh, can anybody hear me? Oh, I know why I didn't do it.
We can
Yeah.
hear you.
Yeah, because I gotta export it. For the sake of completion. Okay, now we're going to log button. Oops. What? Hi. There we go.
Cool.
Okay.
So now you want to set up that provider now. So now you want to that provider right there on line 3. You want to that you want to put that inside of those fragments. So not line 9 and 11. You want to put
Yeah.
provider inside of there. No, you want to put it in the frag. No, you can get rid of those fragments actually. What's called those. Yeah, you only need those. Right.
They call something else? I thought they were fragments.
Nah, I'm saying you didn't need them. Like they was unnecessary. You could have kept them, but like it's not doing anything for you. Like the parent
Okay.
for this could just be the provider. Yeah, and obviously we got to put the value in there. So how would you do that?
Is what value do I want to put in?
Remember we was giving it the use reducer. So you guys set the whole use reducer up.
Okay. See, now we going outside the young wheelhouse. I'm gonna need you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need you to hold my hand on this one, but we gonna try it. We definitely finna try it. It's already not giving me.
You can go to W3 School also to look it up, like how to even put that together. In class, y'all can help them also. So yeah, it's another.
As you can also help me.
What I would do,
Class.
um, I wouldn't even try to import it before using it. I would just use it and just let VS Code import it for you. You know what I mean? So that way you're not like
Yeah.
um, just using a text editor to help you.
Oh, we got everything in here too. Oh, okay, here we go. Fingers don't fail me now. We'll type everybody's name in here, but that's gonna take too long, so forgive me. Follow this mug to the letter. Letter. Give me.
Hey,
Okay,
is there
here we go.
hey, is there anything else that like you're gonna need help on? Like just tell me what it is. I'll try to look it up while you trying to do this.
So I'm gonna need help setting this use reducer up. That's pretty much gonna be it. Just making sure that I believe my reducer.
Yeah, all of it's on that
I
page.
feel like
So yeah.
I was just gonna say, like this is the whatchamacallit. I'm just trying to remember my analogy. I feel like it was a hitman. I feel like I was thinking a hitman with a contract. So you have your, there you go. You have your person of interest, your job description, your job, the way you actually do the job. So the procedure of getting the job done or getting the hit done, and then, final product, I guess, or
Yeah, that should be
initial
it.
state.
That's
Yeah,
usually an object,
so,
right?
In this case, it was an array of objects. This just the default is all it is. So that's cool. Default state. Oh, go ahead.
Someone where you notice, like, you see how they doing it on W3 School? Like you put your
Yeah.
reducer inside of your component. They have the reducer outside of the component. See? So you want to move that like on top of app instead of inside of app. And the way we really did it, we put it into a
Whole different component.
yeah, a whole different file. But like keep it all in the same file here, just for like easy use. I mean, we can move it. We can move it after we set it up.
Switch. Oh, cool. So, and it's funny because this is how you set it up when the ID number 2. So, okay. Then I'll have to set up an action, right? Now, all right, cool. I'm gonna force my way through this, and then I'm gonna adjust it slightly. I'm gonna adjust it as I see necessary. Names 0. Return names at 0.
So there's something wrong here on the returns. Do somebody know?
So I'm looking at the app we set up the other day, and it looks like in the switch statement, the return was an actual function, and the function name was reduce, and it had state, count, and then the action that it was going to take. So state count +1. So I'm thinking we would need to return an actual in the switch statement, return a function based on the state.
State count. State count. Oh,
The other thing is there's the
no, I get it.
what?
Okay. Yeah. I'm listening.
And then so there's the action type, and then so there should be action and payload.
Yeah, there's my action type right here. Right. My payload, I believe now, I believe my payload is going to be in my dispatch, because that's going to be my what I'm actually changing, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Yes.
What Terrence was
Yes.
saying. So first you want to set up that reduce function. And we can do this 2 ways. So the point of the return statement is to give us back our new state. We're supposed to return the state. What you did was you set state equal to something. That's not that will work technically, but it's not like the
Proper etiquette. Oh,
set it up. That's what that's gonna do. Like if you had a whole bunch of state, that's literally gonna overwrite the state and change it to just that one thing. So everything else will be right.
oh.
Yeah.
So instead, I want to, because this isn't a
We're gonna work our way to creating that function in a minute, but we're gonna throw it all here. And then we're gonna take what's here and then we're gonna throw it into a function to make our lives easier. So what you want to do is erase state equals. You're just gonna return an object.
I'm gonna return an object.
Yeah, return
Okay.
an object. Hit return or enter, whatever on your keyword. Now you want to use a spread operator. Right.
Yeah. On names.
No, state.
Okay. Oh, spread operator on state
Right.
because state is an object.
Right. And why are we using the spread operator here? Like what does that do for us?
Makes a
Spread
copy of
operator.
state, right?
Right, exactly. Of Terrence. Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes a copy. It dumps everything inside of that object. So on the next line, what you want to do, so hit enter. Right. I'm going to put the state that you want to actually change.
So the state that I want to change would be my name equals 0. So I want to change name
Mm-hmm.
0
It's key.
to equal
No.
equal J.
This is a key value pair. This is an object. So your key is name, and then yeah.
I don't know if I said, did I set this up to actually?
Yeah, not we didn't set it up to use it, but is that what you were about to say?
Yes, because that's what so I didn't set up my object correct. So I can't use, and let's do this. This is probably why a lot of my confusion is coming from. Let's do this. And then I'll set it up exactly like oh, actually.
Yeah, it's fine. We don't even need that part yet, to be honest. Right now, we're just setting up the reducer. That what you was messing with, like that names array, that's supposed to be the default value. If we do
Right.
default value, but we don't need a default value. So honestly, you don't even
Okay.
need it. Like you can just like comment it out if a lot of times you don't have a
Yeah.
default value whenever you're setting this up. So
Okay.
you can just say
That's
like
even cooler.
equals J or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
String J. And normally the value here, actually, yeah, the value here is actually gonna be the payload. And that's what Terrence was referencing. So
Thank you. Okay.
yeah.
So I don't have to set the payload up in my, oh no, yeah, I do.
Yeah, you do, but
Type in my payload. Okay.
right. So this is the action. So right there it says type complete ID. Like they did. I wish they did it by convention. Like they supposed to name it payload instead of ID. But
Yeah.
it's fine. Sometimes you can go off and do whatever. But on line 13, you want to replace the string J with action.payload. Like whatever you sending into this reducer is what you're going to set. And to be honest, that case, let's switch this up a little bit. Let's just say case instead of J, you can put like change name. Like just to make it more like dynamic or something like, or yeah, just like change, yeah, all caps. You always want that to be caps. That's the
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Like this?
Right, exactly. Yep. So whenever we do change name, it's gonna hit this case, and then it's gonna return the state that was already there, and then it's gonna say name is the payload, whatever you pass in as the payload from the action. And there's one more piece missing from this switch statement.
I know I'm missing a default value.
Right.
For sure.
Right.
Yeah. Default. And
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. And do I need that?
That's
Do I-
everything for this. That's everything for this. So we
Yeah.
set up a producer. Obviously we can put a whole bunch of other cases, but just for demonstration purposes, we just got the one action right here, which is change name. And so we're gonna keep it like this, and we're gonna go back and refactor and like until like this becomes more and more efficient. So you wanna do what they did here in W3, where they set up the reducer. It said you can name it yeah, down here, yeah, const to do dispatch reducer. You can just name your state instead of just you can name it state actually, because that's just like a general whatever. Yep, that dispatch stays exactly the same. Yep. Yep, perfect. And then the state, you can just give it an empty object. Just
I was gonna say, yeah,
yep.
because we didn't put no default value in there. It would have been names, but since we didn't create one, boom. All right. And so now,
Go ahead. Right.
now what? Let me see. I'm finna see. Change name. All right. Look, I'm finna copy paste. Told you we finna.
What we doing here?
Changing names. So
Oh, I see
I'm
what you-
setting up this handle
I see
right
what you-
here to set up my.
Yeah. Got it.
Yeah. So I'm setting up this function now, but I'm trying to make it make sense to what I'm doing. So
Yeah, don't I wouldn't put it here. So the way they have in W3 is a little let's actually put that inside of a component. Like and we're gonna bring it in with that context thing. Like I said, like app is literally just to like set things up. I know they did it like this on the W3 school. I think they just wanted to put everything in one file so you can see how it goes.
exactly. Am I gonna call it change name?
Sure.
Yes, change name. Whatever you say. Yeah, that worked. Boom. We're there. Okay. Dispatch. I have to import. I don't think I have to import anything. Don't think I have to import anything. All right, yeah, we're gonna try it.
Yeah, you do have to import something. So you can't even
Oh,
use
okay.
you can't even use dispatch right now. First we have to access, you said the exit for the portal, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Import. Go to
Use content
no,
or
no,
use
no,
reduce.
no. If you go to context.jsx real quick. Context.jsx, yeah. You want to import context on line 14. You want to import that into your file. Yeah. Because
Okay.
that's going to give you the setup that you need, that you don't have to write anymore because it's already written in one place. Yeah, and this why I wouldn't like start importing it that way. This why I would let like
JavaScript or React.
yeah. So just
Yeah.
delete that whole line. So down inside of your function, so you delete that for now. That dispatcher, yeah. Just do context. Just write context lowercase. Yeah, equals, and then start typing context uppercase, because that's going to come from your file. I'm hoping that it auto completes it for you. Yeah,
Autocomplete.
there we go. Perfect. and then call.
Oh, no, it's fine.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
call it because the reason we're calling it, if you go back to context.jsx,
I was actually finna do that.
yeah, the reason we calling it because we want to
Oh.
dump that into the variable. We want that return value to come back.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
And let's actually while we're here, let's actually slim this down like a lot. You literally just return the context, right? So
Yeah.
you can delete line 17,
Oh,
line 18, and yeah, just delete line 18 because it's arrow function, and you can just return use context. Yeah, yep, delete, yep, and just keep that. No, forget that return keyword. You don't even need it because you
oh
just
yeah, I forgot. Yeah,
yeah, perfect.
I need. Oh yeah, okay. I need this as an function. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. That's it. I think that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
That works. You can save that. Yeah.
All right, cool. So
Save.
now we call in context.
Yeah. So now context. Something wrong. But either way, so context. Now you have access to everything.
The variables.
Yeah. If you go to app.js, right, the variables, but we don't have anything in there right now, and let's throw something in there. What you want to put in.
Hello. Uh-oh. He went bye-bye for a couple seconds. Hey, while he's in the bye-bye state. we Oh my gosh. Hold on right quick, everyone.
Gotcha.
Okay, there we go. All right, hello, everyone here. Nope.
Yep, I hear you.
Yep.
Okay, there we go. Isaiah, you still here? I need you to hold my hand. Uh-oh. Technical issues. Yeah, I hear that. All right, cool. So we got to pass in the value. We're going to pass in the value of state. But I don't think that it doesn't work quite like that. Oh, duh. That's because I have to set up like this. Yeah, okay, there we go. Pass in state. Now I can access the state from here. Let's go. Let's see. Go to change name. Text. So I'm automatically using context from this mug. And then I'm on display. Do I want to display? What do I want to display? I want to display the state.
I'm back. My computer's acting crazy. Yeah. So yeah. So inside of that value, you want to put the dispatch there as well, because you want to
state.
right. You want to give access to state and dispatch. You want both of them in there.
Okay.
Yep. Oh, wait. You want to put that inside of an object. Double.
Oh, double curlies.
Double curlies. Yeah.
Yeah, and the only reason I'm not doing the state that is because I already know that it's a key value pair, so I don't have to do that.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, the key and value is the exact same, so I don't have to do that. Other than that, I would.
Right.
Okay,
right.
so
instead of putting context here, we can just straight destructure. Right.
Oh yeah, funny enough, that's exactly what I wanted to do.
Yep. Perfect.
fingers ain't been acting right. So we finna
Yes.
do this just to make sure.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah. Look, I ain't going.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
And
now,
you see the simplification here. Like we just imported it. We didn't have to use that use context again. Like all that extra code is just put in one file. And this dispatch right here, maybe you want to set this up so that like this is a button and that dispatch is fired whenever that button is pressed.
okay. Actually, I don't even have to do it. Boom. Then here, boom. Bam. How?
Mine internet dropped. I don't know what that was.
What happened?
My internet dropped again. Y'all probably didn't know this, but yeah.
Yeah, your internet, man. Your internet killing me.
Yeah.
It's
It messes me up
It's
too. All the time when I'm at work, it just drops. I'll be in a meeting and it's just gone. Wow. I gotta get this thing fixed.
he said, I think it's against me.
Yeah.
On click. Send up the on click. Gotta put that in the JavaScript function. Boom. Turn this dispatch. I have to turn this dispatch into, no, I don't have to turn this into a function because it is a function. Yeah, it's a function in and of itself or a method. Yeah, this is the method. Okay, change, boom. I'm gonna change. I'm gonna set my,
So there's something wrong with you wrote with what you wrote. Two things actually.
okay,
I don't know if somebody want to jump in if they see like the issue. I'll give y'all like like a minute or two to take a few guesses.
Well, for the on click, I think you gotta just call dispatch without the brackets and stuff.
oh
Um,
no,
just-
I have to put the brackets.
Or I should say without the, like, I thought you can just reference dispatch on your on click and then have it defined somewhere else, or maybe I'm getting that wrong, but I thought
Yeah.
when we did the increment and decrement, we just
Mhm.
referenced the names and we didn't actually do the full call.
Yeah,
with the
that's correct.
concepts.
That's correct.
Wait, hold on now. You hit me with like 20 different things at once. One more time. So what's wrong with it?
So on your on click, you should be able to reference just a pair of curly brackets and then the word dispatch.
Yeah. Well, I would name it something else, but yeah, you was right about referencing a function. So what I would do is I would say on click and then put like change name inside of it, like camel case, and then we're gonna create a change name function to reference.
Okay. Now this is yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So
And I can set that up inside of my change name component, which I almost messed that up. My change name component. Do I have to? I got that.
you don't even need, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how they got that. I
So-
typed it in most likely.
Yeah. You want to set up the change name function.
Okay. I just really want, okay. Look, we're gonna do what we need to do. All right. Let's see. Name,
It's right.
sure I type it correctly. Make sure it match.
Mhm.
All right. Okay, and
Right.
that will be why I dispatch, and then I change my state because that's what I have access to. Thank you, context. I appreciate you, portal. I'll change that to action. That type. Ooh, not that. That type. Second. Let me make sure that makes sense. Dispatch that. No, that's the payload. So this is the payload. So I could just set it to, hold on. Sotos.id. So action.id. Boy, yeah, that's slightly confusing.
Somebody else can jump into it if they see like something that looks a little off. But there's definitely
Yeah,
something that need to be changed.
action.pay. I feel like
Yeah, I'm looking now. Let's see.
All right, I'm gonna give you a clue, right? Go back to your reducer. Yeah. Click that. Right. All right. So here, right? Let's understand this reducer function.
right.
First we're checking the type.
Yep.
Action type.
Yeah.
Action type. So go back to change name. Change name function.
Action.type.
Action.
I'm changing my
Okay. Action
Yeah.
type that. So go
Right.
and we're updating to action.payload. So where's action.payload inside of that change name dispatch? Put a change name.
Go to change name.
Yeah.
Right.
Where's action.payload? Where's the payload?
It'll be the change state, the state that I change.
Or I'm gonna make it we're gonna switch this up a little bit, the code, just so you can see
Yeah.
like where everything comes from. Because I think that's the problem. So inside of the change name function, like on a, I guess go to line 6 and then enter to go down. So above the dispatch, I want you to create a variable. So const action. Action is the name. Yeah. So action is going to be an object. So the type is going to be what? So type.
Change name.
Right. Yep.
Type change name.
And the payload. Okay. We want to put a comma after type after that.
I do. Yes.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right. So that name, you can just put J or something like that. You can just put your name there instead of
Okay, because I was gonna say it should just be what I want to change it to.
Right. So do you see the difference between this object and that object that you put inside of dispatch? Yeah, you put name. No.
All right.
That's
Okay.
so this what you're gonna do inside of dispatch. I want.
Oh, would it be action.payload or name? Right.
Hold on, no. Do a Control Z. I want you to compare something real quick. Control Z. Yeah. So that we can keep it here. So copy. I'll go back to where it said.
I'm gonna slow down. Right here.
Right here. Yeah. So I want you to copy that whole object that's inside of dispatch. So copy, like highlight that whole thing. Yeah. Like copy it and just delete it out of there. And I want you to copy it though, so that we have it. And I want you to put that, I want you to put action inside of there instead. So just write action in there. And then, wait. Let me do this one step at a time. Yeah, paste it. Right. Yep, exactly. Yep, and now put action inside of there. All right, so now compare these two things here. Action is an object. It has a key. It has two key value pairs. One is type and one is payload. Now, what you wrote on line 7, you put the type there. That's the correct key. But look, you put state for the other one. You're supposed to put payload there.
Yeah. There we go.
And then you put
You
action.
gave me the answer.
It was a whole
Yes.
confusion. You see with the,
Okay.
yeah. The reason I wanted you to write action like this is so that you can like connect the dots between this and what's inside of app.js. If you go to app.js, we're literally referencing what's inside of that object when we do action.type and then action.payload.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why it's action, but it's just an object.type.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Okay. Yes, I get it. Okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, but yeah, that's all I was showing. Yeah, I just wanted that connection uh, to be there. So
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look over this a couple more times, but I'm almost there. I'm almost there with this mug.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
All right.
filthy swine. You. All right. Cool. So, and the fun. Okay, so I can set it up like this. I can always set my action up like this, huh?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, and this looks more readable because it's like you know exactly where everything comes from and what names match with what. But we just know we threw that whole object in there just to avoid that step.
Yes.
So
And this is where you usually so you would call this actions. Then you would set up your object full of actions, all of your different types. That's what you did last time. You set up all of your types, and then you I think did your payload separate or something like that. Somehow.
I think you
Oh my.
that's what I did last time, but I think you're getting this action mixed up with the other one. I never explicitly wrote this action before. What I had did was just put the whole object inside of the dispatch function. Like I literally just like how you was doing it before. But I would literally, like that whole object. I would put that instead of writing action inside of dispatch.
Yeah, and then you had the different types set up as cases.
Yeah,
and yeah,
from right. That's the actions you was referring to. Yeah,
right. But I'm trying to put it all together the way you did it, the way the way we doing it here, and the way I could possibly do it in the future. Like I said, I'm trying to see past just this, which I'm glad you're showing me this bare bones right here. Like it's making sense.
Yeah, we're gonna go back and let's get it to work first, and then we're gonna go back and we're gonna start moving things around to make it more like standard.
Oh shoot. Accident. Okay, there we go. We back.
Let's make it work first, and then you know what I mean. So
yeah. Okay, so we dispatching J. Okay, that is actually dispatch. This should work. This should work. In theory, it should work. I'm gonna always change it to J, so I don't have anything dynamic in here. That's where the state will probably come in at, yeah, because the state should be an object. Oh, okay, yeah, okay. So I need to reference state. Okay, yeah, so I need to reference state Port KY.
All right. Go ahead, say it again. I literally just now got back on Zoom. It dropped again, my signal.
No, it's all good.
So
I am.
Yeah.
So I am I'm dispatching. So I'm changing my action now. I'm sending in. This function should actually change everything. I just need to update the state now.
Well, the way you have it set up, the state is going to be updated this way. It's going to work.
Okay.
But I want to set this up in a way where we actually see it on the screen. So in this component, change name, this is going to update the state. What I want you to do, just for demonstration purposes, no, you could do that. That actually might work. Yeah, that actually might work. Yeah, let's try that. Let's try that actually, yeah.
Oh no, it's still displaying high because of these. So I would display.
Oh, no, wait. That We never, no, that, you can leave that, you can leave that how, I think you're confusing these two. I confuse them too. We never even imported the component. We're not even using it. Change name. That's.
Ah, yes.
Did you
Oh,
export it?
and we can't import it because we never exported it.
Yeah.
How does it not like the inline default export?
Just don't like
Do
it.
I always have to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
And
you,
they,
if you want to do that, you would have to do it underneath. You would have to.
right.
Yeah. Export default and then,
So I guess I'll make that a convention. So if I'm exporting anything else, I export inline, and my export default would always be at the end, and then just make that a convention.
right.
Yeah. So you'll know which function I'm default exporting. All of the rest would just be inline, and I ain't gonna mix it up to make it confusing. But maybe it would be better at the bottom. So then you come all the way down to the code. I know everything I'm exporting, so I don't have to guess. I don't have to look through, depending on how long this is, all that code just to find out what I'm exporting. I can bow and everything's there. My default and everything else. Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Right. Yeah. Um,
Okay. Okay.
Press it again.
Yeah.
Press change name.
It's
Change again. Okay. Yeah, it didn't update right away. That was the problem. It logged that empty object. The reason it did that is because it reached the console log before it actually updated the state, and that's why I asked you to press it again so that we get the updated state, which is the name is J. So that it was just like an ordering thing. Yeah, if you go, yeah, if you go here, yeah, we dispatched action, but the state is not going to change right away. It'll change after like it'll change after the console log is run. For some, it's just the order that they updated.
that the function runs in.
Well,
So how do I go ahead.
I mean, me looking at this, I would think state is updated before we get to the console log.
Exactly.
But like since I know that state is somewhere in like the React code somewhere, like they wrote all of that stuff. I'm thinking however they wrote it, it's actually not updated right away. Maybe it's like on like there's like a concept we didn't even like go over, something called like an events queue. Like there's I feel like it's a complicated concept, but like in basic terms or whatever, whenever your code runs, there's like an order at which everything runs in. Think of it like a big array. Now when you ran dispatch action, that where the place where that's put inside of this array of different things that's going to happen in JavaScript is actually after the console log. For some odd reason, I'm not sure why their reason is, but console log runs before the state is actually updated inside of the React components. There might be like a set timeout somewhere, and that's probably what it is. It's probably waiting to update state. But either way, we see that state actually changes here.
So then my question becomes, how do I avoid this? Like, let's say I want to avoid the
yeah, don't
this.
log it. That's what I would
Okay.
do. I would just not even console log it. If you want to
Okay.
see it, I would use it inside of another component, and that component is going to update whenever it's ready to update. So
Okay, fair enough.
The update. Now, what I want you to do, did you download the Redux, the React DevTools extension?
Do I
Click on
believe I did?
close that.
I'm-
No, not
I'm trying to.
that one.
Oh my gosh, I forget. Okay, there we go. Yes.
Yeah, click that. Yeah. Now click context.provider there. Yeah. Open up values here inside of props.
Open up values. Boom.
Yeah. and open up, yeah, okay, we got state right here. So refresh the page. Okay, now,
Refresh.
click, wait, open up value real quick before you click that. Because I want you to see that state change. So click it now. Okay,
It has been clicked.
yeah. So yeah, that's how we can check instead of doing a console log.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sick.
Let's put that inside of another component though. Let's use that state inside of just put it inside a log button just so we have it in a different component. So go to log button, bring in the exit to the portal, so to speak. Just like you did. You can leave that stuff in there. It's fine. You can just throw it in there also.
So my exit is context. Oh yeah, I have to set up a variable. And then I can destructure it. Do I need to destructure it? I don't know if I need to destructure it.
You don't have to. You can do context.state.name if you want, but then that's a lot of destructuring is better. No. You definitely want to destructure that. You don't need to
state. Yeah.
You still
okay,
need
cool.
curly brackets though. You still need those curly brackets.
Oh.
And the reason is because, and this is another connection I wanna make. Context returns an object, right? So you can think of when you call context, it returns that object that you have inside of app.js. So that's why we pulling out state the way we are.
Yes. More specifically, this is what I'm pulling out.
Yeah, you pulling out something like that, right? Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, makes sense.
So inside of this button, just to yeah, you can do that actually. Yeah, state.name. Yeah, that works. I was gonna say throw it inside of the actual text of the button so we can see it and update right away. And actually that's probably let's do that too. Yeah. And so log it and then put like J after it or something. Yeah, that works too. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm moving too fast. I'll slow down.
It's good. It's good the way you have it. That's tree. That one's good. Cool.
Yeah, there you go. Instantaneous.
Yeah, because that's because the state was already changed. So now click that button. Oh yeah, okay. You're gonna add some space in there. Okay.
Yeah, just to give me a little more something to work with.
Yeah. Click change name.
That's sick.
Yeah. Go to
that's sick.
I want to show you something else too. Go to values and open that up in the dev tools. Yeah.
Yep.
Open up state real quick. And then click on J. Click on that. Yeah. Double click that. Yeah, update that. Change that to whatever. Yeah. And then click out of it. And yeah.
Oh, what? You can do that on the fly? Like what?
Yeah. And that is good for debugging. Like if your state, if something is not doing something like the right way, you can adjust the state right in here to test stuff out. Like we didn't even have to set up this button to see if that worked. We could have just added it directly to the object right here and it would have updated right away for you. So
cool.
And you can obviously add new things in there. It says new entry. You can add a new thing in there, put a value. You can do yeah, it's just a good thing to know about.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, what does that mean? Why Ichiban Desu or something?
Yeah, Block.io, why Ichiban Desu. Ichiban is number one. Okay. And Des is like it is kind of like a state of being more or less. Why is a connector. So it's just saying the subject of this sentence is Block.io. And what I want to say about Block.io is that it's number one.
Okay.
Number one is kind of set up. So yeah, black owl is number one.
It kind of reminds me of Spanish, the way they structure their like sentences and stuff. Like it's almost like backwards to us, but it's actually I prefer it this way. Actually, I wish English was like this. It's like you get straight to the point before you get to what you trying to how you your description. But yeah, either way,
Yeah.
um, this yeah. So
So yeah, that's that.
now what we can do is we can start to set this up so that everything is standard, like how it's supposed to like how it's supposed to look by convention. The first thing I would do is inside of the context folder, I would create a JavaScript file named actions.js.
And
Yeah,
I'm keeping it lowercase because it's a JavaScript file. So it's a function most likely, or
right.
an object or something.
Mhm. Actions.
Oh no. Is this is gonna be an object?
Right. Yep.
And
And
then it'll be
mhm.
like that.
Yeah, double click that just to make sure everything is spelled correctly to change names. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So like that, you want to export it so that we can use it in another file. You can directly. I would do it directly. I would do it directly at the object, like export const actions. Right.
Okay. Because I was gonna, like I said, I was gonna try to keep a convention and just always call it at the bottom.
Yeah. What you can do if you want to do that. So with this file, it wouldn't really make sense, but let's say you
Because
have
it's only a one line.
right, because we're only exporting one thing. But if we had a whole bunch
Mm,
of exports, and that's actually a good idea. What you were saying. At the bottom, you can just do export default, and then export default, and then put a set of curly braces.
mm,
Yeah, and press enter, and then just write actions there. So now you're exporting an object that includes actions inside of it. So it's an object within an object. So if you had a whole bunch of, so if you had, yeah, you can get rid of that, right? So if you had a whole bunch of variables, you can keep throwing them inside of this export default right there.
mm.
But I mean, that's what you would do if you had a whole bunch of them. But in this file, we don't really need it.
Got the one line.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That makes yeah.
So we can leave like
Okay.
this for now. We can just leave like this. Just well, actually, no. I would just put the exports right there, like inside, just to keep it at like convention, because you're not going to see a whole bunch of stuff in there. Only thing you're gonna have is
Yeah.
um. So anytime you use change name, I want you to use this variable, so you can update your code to do that.
Oh yeah, cool. All right. Good. I can do that. I can do that. Do that. Funny enough. You know what? Let's see if we can make this even faster. Oh, nope, no need. There's no need to do that. Let's see. Change. Nope. Yeah, that's it.
Almost.
Oh, I thought, but you thought it was done.
It says change name is not defined.
Oh,
Here we go. Yep.
there we go. Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense, Jay. Makes sense. Yeah, there we go. All right, cool. That was man. Okay.
I feel like we used it somewhere else too. Yeah, inside of app.js.
Oh,
Yeah, inside of that reducer. Yeah. Right.
Girl, I promise you, no substitute. Just me.
So the next thing I would do, I know we just updated this app.js, but we're about to update this file again. That reducer, you want to move that to you want to move that. Actually, no. It's fine. You can keep it in here. You can keep it in here because it makes sense because app is using it on line 23. So that's fine. Actually, no. Let's move that. Let's move that whole thing. Yeah, put that inside of the context folder, and you can create a what's it called, a file, right? Exactly. Yeah. .js.
These shortcuts, you know what I'm saying? Trying to feel like I actually know how to do something out here. Now I have to call reducers in. Oh my gosh, why is my brain start working?
So
Brain.exe has crashed.
one thing here, this reducer, you want to make it accessible outside of the file. Right. Yep. All right, save that.
Or actions.
Right, exactly. Yep. All right, cool. So now that works. Now go back to app.js. In app.js, you wanna bring that into app.js. So what I would do, instead of importing it there, what I would do is on line 11, where it says reducer, I would erase that reducer, yeah, that right there. So double click that and just start typing it out so that it can bring it in. Right.
Autocomplete.
Yeah. There we go. So save that and you can just refresh your browser because state is going to stay the same. That J is going to stay there. Yeah, press change. Yeah, okay, cool. Everything still works.
Sick.
Yeah, I think that's everything. And to be completely honest, like this whole context folder, like that structure may be set up a little different, but generally you want to keep all that in the same file. Yeah, I think that's everything. So if you can go back if you can go back and like explain what everything is, just so that we have like a understanding of where everything comes from, you know what I mean? Just act like you kind of teaching what you just wrote.
Ooh, wait, so I had to have been paying attention the whole time and not just, you know, being crutched in. Because definitely I felt like I had a little crutch under my arm. Okay. So we're going to start from the beginning. Hi guys, my name is Jabez, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to use the use reducer via the X. Now let me quit. All right, so where do we start? Let's see. So this is actually the start of the use reducer function, right? I'm passing in my state. My state can be named anything. My dispatch, my state is the actual state of the variable. So in this case, my initial value, which is here, is going to just be a blank object. My state, when updated, will become, well, it starts off as a blank object as an initial value. It becomes J due to how everything is set up, and I'll go through that momentarily. My dispatch is going to be the type of action that I want to take. In this case, is going to be change name, and then the payload, which is the actual value of the change. So the actual value of the part that I want to change, or the action that I want to commit, actually. So it's going to be the value of the action that I want to commit. In this case, change name, and then the value is going to be J. Yeah. The reducer is the process that I would take to change the function. And the reducer, I like to think of as a set state. So my reducer works in the almost the exact same way as my set state function is. My invisible curly brackets here, or my empty brackets, my empty object is my initial state. So, you know, when I use state, whatever I set that to would be the exact same as this. The reducer is my set state. and then the state is my actual state. You know, the dispatch is the only thing that's kind of different, and that gives us a little more flexibility, and it makes the reducer a little more robust, as we like to say. I want my state and my dispatch to be accessible globally. So I've passed in my state and my dispatch into my provider. Now I have to go and show you how the provider is set up. And that's actually here. My provider is set up. But I've passed in my value. So this is essentially my use context being used. But I've created a component that is set up to accept all of the children and to, accept the values properly. And then, of course, these are just my components that, display what I want them to display. So let's go into, I'll dig into the reducer first. Yeah, I'll dig into the reducer first. Let's dig into the reducer. So the reducer is my set state. Now I have I have imported my actions. So let's go back into that. And my actions is the type of action that I want to take. So these are the different actions that I will be dispatching. So we go to actions.type or action.type. So on the reducer function, right, I have my state, which is my current state, and my action. This is the action that I want to take. The action.type is going to be used to control the actual actions that are taken, or which payloads are passed into the state object. And this is why this is part of the reason. Well, this is the reason why we're using the spread function, is because we're taking that object, we're basically breaking it out and only changing one part of that state. So now our state doesn't get totally changed or erased and updated. Our state totally erased and then replaced actually with just a single value. It's updated. So the value that's being changed, the sole value that's being changed is being changed. And then the rest of the state is being left as it was. If I was to set state equal to name or action.payload, then I would totally erase my state, and then I would replace it with whatever the action.payload was. So I'll replace it with this object if I was to erase that. Or if I was to set my state equal. By default, I'm returning state. So if I don't change anything, then it's just gonna spit out what it was in the first place. So that's why if I keep pressing this button, J doesn't change to anything else. But if it's empty, then it updates properly because it hits this return. And now as I'm pressing it, it's hit my default. The just to I guess make it
right. I want to just jump in real quick. That last so the reason it says J right, so whenever you press this change name button, it's always gonna go to line 6. It's not gonna go to the default. And the reason it's not gonna go to the default is because the case is change name. You know what I mean? Like that case.
Yes.
Yeah. The time it goes to the default is when you dispatch an action type. So if the action type does not exist within a reducer, did, I don't know, change age or something like that, and the reducer don't even know what change age even means, that's when it goes to the default and just gives you back the state as is, because you never set up the change age action.
Yes, exactly. Okay, yes.
Yeah, so it just control it makes sure you set it up end to end before state can actually be changed. That's basically what that is. But everything else was good. But you can continue from here.
Okay, so that's my reducer function. My reducer function is basically the switch, or a switch can be seen as an if statement. My if statement that tells me which case to run, essentially. So my if state just controlling my output based on the actions that I'm passing in. And then those actions are all here. This could be multiple actions. So it could be change name, change age, change birth date, well, which is change age, but you know what I'm saying? A lot of things, change height, change weight, etc. If we're talking about a person object. So yeah, that's my reducer. So my reducer is literally outputting my my changed state based on whatever action I'm passing into it. That's what my reducer does. My reducer takes the state, whatever it is, and the action in order to update the state with whatever payload is passed into the dispatch. Now, so I've set up a change name function to change the name of the basically change the name input a name into this button. So that's what it does. My state and dispatch here is actually pulled from my context, and now we can go into the use context. So this is the use context function, actually, but it's set up in a way in which I can extract my context and provider out and use them like a little more, I won't say dynamically, but yeah. And I don't have to repeat all of this code, essentially. So I've set it up to where I don't have to constantly repeat this or constantly, repeat. Well, actually, it'd just be this, setting up a function to equal blah, 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 blah. Now I can just simplify to this. Real simple, real clean. Don't have to type in use context a bunch of times. Now my state and my dispatch came from what I've entered here into as my values. And those values came from here, from my reducer. So now I can dynamically update my state based on based on whatever I type in. So now I can dynamically update my state. It's just that. So as we going back into the context, just to explain context a little bit more, right? Because I'm bouncing around. Let me see context. Yeah, just to explain context a little bit more. My provider, and so earlier I used this analogy, so I'm gonna just use it again. So use context is a hook on which you can take variables from one component and make them available to use in other components. The values that I wanted to use are my state and my dispatch. Because I'm using this function provider, right? This provider function here, I can pass in my values here. So this will be the state and dispatch that I'm actually passing into my provider here. And just to make it make a little more sense, so this is actually a component. The user context.provider is a component. Because I'm setting this up as a component, now I can use this as a component here and pass in the values here. So that's why this works, is because I've set this provider up as a component. So now it's just a provider component that contains the children and the values that's being passed in. Now, this children property is special because each of your components will have the children's property that can be used to access the values of the children, or access the children values, which are here. These will be considered children inside of my provider. component. You can do this with every single component. And then this value is a method, or I'm sorry, the value is a property of the use context, I want to say hook. Yeah. So the use context hook has a value, or it has a property of value. Oh my gosh. And that is just the value of the variables, or whatever variables that you want to pass in that you want to make accessible to all of your children. So set up the portal. This is the actual portal itself. The user context now becomes the portal. The provider is what I call the entrance to the portal. So the actual portal user context, the provider is the entrance to the portal. And I'm passing in whatever value. So this is like people being loaded onto the dock to be transported. And then I'll be transporting them all to my children. And my children then must contain my values. So those are going to be my exits. My children are going to be my exits. And those have been set up here and here, line 5 and 6. So I've set an exit at change name because I want to be able to access my state and dispatch that I passed in, that I passed into the value, that I passed in here, my state and dispatch. And the cool thing is I don't necessarily have to access all of the values. They've become an object. So this state is actually an object with the value and the key and the value of state. And then the same with dispatch, it's just an object with the value and the key of dispatch. So set that up, right? And now I'm able to accept state, or accept in the state. And here I'm able to accept in the state and dispatch. Now, I'll set up a change name function that is basically in charge of changing the name of adding the name here, or changing the name from essentially a blank object to J, right? Or a blank to J. The action is been extracted from the dispatch. So I could actually put that. I should put that in here straight. And I'm gonna have to make a slight adjustment. Ooh. So this action, my payload action, payload. I am going to just going to change it to J. Just going to change that to J. All right. And that's still going to work. There you go. So actions.change name comes from this actions.js. And as I said, this could be multiple different actions. Like I said, change name, change height, change weight, etc. It'd be nice if I could change my weight like that, and put it in actions.change weight. Now I'm only 120 pounds. All right, so actions, this is my type. This is actually what I'm going to be doing, the action that I'm going to take. And then this is the value that I want to pass into the state after I do this action. And like I said, the reducer is handling the change. So I tell it what action to take. And then based on whatever action I tell it, it say, oh, okay, you want to change name. Well, I have to run this change name function, right? Or I have to, run the change name function. And then that's how I'll control how my state is updated, how my state is changed and updated. So change the name. In this case, my change name button has been set up to run this change name function. This change name function will be ran, my change name function will run. It will update the state, the same state that I'm extracting from this context, because it's all the same. right? It's updating the state, and it's going to then display state.name. Now, where does state.name come from? Because, I don't know where state.name come from. Well, let me tell you where state.name comes from. After I find, there we go. It comes from here. So my state.name is what is actually being updated or what is actually being displayed. So this is the state object being spread. I'm updating the name with my action.payload. If I want to see that value, the name value, then I'll have to reference it from the object. And that's how I reference it from the object, state.name. I did not know if I was going to be able to explain that, boy. I got through on the skin of my teeth. And then I'm passing in a display basically so I can just console log something in here. So every time I click this button, I'm just console logging whatever I pass into my display, and you'll see what I pass into my display here. Now, if I wanted to, I can display the object, which is empty. And so now I have to update it. Oh my gosh, it's still empty. But
You press change name. Press change name to update it.
Duh.
I'm not sure why.
There you go. Okay. Yeah, there you go. No, that's right. That's right. Because the change name is actually updating the state. My log button is only outputting hi. It's only outputting the result and console logging the result actually, and then outputting the result. So yeah, I passed in an on-click function onto the button that basically just console logs whatever I pass into my log button. So yeah. That is that.
All right, cool. So I'm gonna stop the recording. Then we'll talk about a few things.
Thank you.